so I was a part of a team that we were able to go down. Well, we wanted to go to Nicaragua, and we'll get there. But it was a team of baseball players, like 4 graduates, 5 current players, and we were going down to Nicaragua to teach this indigenous people about baseball and, more importantly, about the Lord. And little did we know our plans would be changed even before we left the U.S. Our flight was delayed 3 hours on our flight to Panama City, Panama, before we would go to Nicaragua. And so we were delayed. We had to stay a night in Panama, and it turned out that we were going to need to stay in the country of Panama because we weren't able to go to Nicaragua. So that was a little bit defeating at the beginning of the trip. You know, we had our set plan, our set goals. We were going to go teach baseball. We know baseball. We could share the gospel through that. And we were struggling for a meaning for our trip. But luckily the Cottons, Dan and Jess, live in Panama, and they're very welcoming to us. So we were able to stay with them, and they planned a couple things for us during the week. But it's difficult to put a missions trip together in, you know, a day or two. So we did some things. We ran a camp relating to baseball. We played with some local kids. But the team was kind of struggling to wonder, okay, why did our plans change? Why are we in Panama instead of Nicaragua? So on one of the last days of the trip, we met this missionary who had been down there for a while, and he told us a story about what had happened to him about a year earlier. There was a mountain called the Sleeping Indian Woman that he had hiked up with his daughter, and she was about 2 years old at the time. So they had hiked up it, and on the way back down, met these 2 ladies they invited to church for the next day. So the next morning, they woke up, he took his daughter and drove to get these ladies. And he arrived, and they were really hesitant about coming to church. They, you know, weren't really sticking to what they were saying. You know, we want to come to church, but they weren't coming out. So he's like, I want to bring these ladies to church. So he went in to get them, and while he did, his little daughter got out and crawled underneath the car. And by the time he got the other ladies in and realized it was too late, there was nothing they could do for his daughter. And that had really been weighing on him and on his family, his wife and his 3 boys. And so that was about a year prior to when we got there. So there was a week from a side of the team before they went down and built a little monument, a little bench for her. And he was really touched by that and wondered if we would take a cross up there for him. And we agreed without hesitation. You know, like a cross run. We've done that before. We can do it here. That'll be cool. So we got up the next morning, and we weren't just taking it across the mountain, we were taking it up, and we were going to dig the hole, put cement in the ground, and put it up all in that day. So we divided up bags of cement mix. We took 15, 20 gallons of water, shovels and picks, and we hiked up the mountain early in the morning. And there was just roots growing, rocks everywhere, kind of rainy season, a little bit slippery, and then once you cleared the tree line, just mud, grass. It was a trail for sure. So we hiked up early in the morning, left our supplies at the top, and hiked back down to see the cross. And that was the first time I'd seen it, and it was massive. It was, you know, 14 feet, 400 pounds, just steel. And we had 9 dudes to carry it up. So we had our mission, and we were going. And we carried up the mountain, got it up there. The hole was already dug, put rocks, cement in the hole, and we were done 8, 9 in the morning. That was really cool too. For this missionary, you could just see how much it meant to him to see strangers, people he had met a day before, the impact it had on him for us taking his burden with him to literally carry his cross that he had had to bear for the last year and you know, represent what Christ does for us, and how he takes our sins, takes our struggles away from us, and he carries them and said, you can't carry this all on your own. I'll help you carry it. And so that kind of put the meaning together for our trip, why we ended up in Panama instead of Nicaragua. We made our plans, but the Lord had better plans for us.